So on our way back to Novi Petrici, where the National Guard base is, today, if these recruits got through the medical and psychological examinations, they'll be starting some of their training today. So maybe firearms training, maybe some physical exercise. Okay, the recruits, before when they arrived, they kind of were in civilian clothing, mixture of like army surplus gear. For the most part, they've kind of been given the same sort of uniform, the sort of green camo. Some of them seem to have desert camo gear, I don't know why, but they've also been issued with the sort of the old school Soviet helmets as well, trying to make them look a bit more professional. With this training, do you think you'll be ready to fight the Russian army if they invade?
Конечно, другого выхода у нас нет.
Do you feel it's a sense of, it's your patriotic duty to join the National Guard to defend your country?
Да, я делаю это по своей воле, как гражданин Украины. Не только тут, как гражданин, я считаю, что каждый гражданин Украины обязан защищать границы своего государства.
Behind us with the disused aircraft, these guys are some of them are from the 15th Sotnia, and it looks like they're doing some sort of martial arts training, a little bit of hand-to-hand combat. We're now being rushed over to the firing ranges where some of them are going to be practicing with some of the firearms. The National Guard now are testing out some PKM machine guns, some RPK AK-47 variant machine guns, and Andrew Paraby, the head of the self-defense groups, which these guys mainly come from, is now here doing a bit of a tour. He's now the head of the National Defense Security Council, so he was actually the guy that announced the creation of the National Guard to help the Ukrainian military. So he's now here, getting to see them in action. The BTRs behind us now, the armoured personnel carriers, are now firing off into distance at some targets as well.
Адже сьогодні, власне, там, на північному, на східному кордоні, перебувають найбільш небезпечні місця для української держави. Кожного дня, кожної доби, я наголошую, прибуває кількість військ на дислокацію підрозділів Російської Федерації.
These are the Ukrainian military's BTRs, they're like armoured personnel carriers. They've got a couple of a big heavy machine on the top and a cannon on the inside. Fits about, I think, up to 12 people inside, and today they're firing on the ranges and the press are getting a look, and this is what some of the recruits will be possibly using over the next couple of days, getting used to piling in and out, maybe even firing the gun. But it looks pretty cramped. I don't know how they fit so many guys inside. So the National Guard recruits today have been going through a number of different drills. These guys here testing out their grenade throwing skills, not too bad. But yeah, it's very much a show for the press, very much show of force. It's a very important day in terms of PR. These recruits here are taking apart their AK-47s, putting them back together. Some RPGs firing in the background. So they've got to know how to, as well as obviously fire them, they've got to know how to maintain them, keep them clean, otherwise they're not going to work. So that's what they're going through right now. Pretty complicated bits of equipment. I mean, they've only been training, you know, a couple of days, but they don't look too bad. Like, they know how to handle the weapons, they know how to take them apart. Targeting isn't too bad. They seem a little bit more professional. It's clear that the Ukrainian government needs these guys to help bolster their very understrength military, but there could be a downside to possibly arming and training large groups of the population, because if things don't go the government's way, if they don't clean up the corruption that started the revolution, these guys could come back and haunt them.
Відтягнули, відпустили. Контрольний спуск на запобіг. Стрільбу закінчив.